Welcome back to Small Caliber Arms Review. Today we're going to open a can of worms.
All right, look, hand over the money and nobody gets hurt, okay? Is that a 22?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You know, statistically speaking, a 22 is a pretty weak round, okay? In a 2011 study by, what's that guy's name? Greg Elefritz, okay?
I don't even know him.
He compiled some information over 10 years, okay? And he shows you that, you know, out of 154 people shot, you know, like 31% of them were not incapacitated by the, you know, by being shot with a 22. Okay, so you know, that's pretty lame. And you know, although 60% were stopped, okay, only if they were shot in the head or torso. Okay, so shot placement's going to matter. All right. Seriously, 25. That's not a whole lot better, but hey, at least you're going to be a little more reliable because, you know, John Moses Browning developed that round because the rimfire rounds of the time were pretty weak. They were pretty lame, unreliable, so he developed the 25 ACP as a kind of a better round anyways, you know, something that's more reliable. And you know, it's not bad, but it shoots good. Okay, so there's a little better choice, a 380, but it's still a little weaker than a 9mm. Well, nice, a 9mm. All right, cool. You know, it's a NATO round, 115 grains of lead there, probably traveling about 1,246 feet per second. Also known as the 9mm Luger or the 9mm Parabellum. It's still not a bad choice, okay, but it's still not. How about a 38 special? Oh, looky there, he's got a 38 special. Nice, huh? Yeah. You know what? 38 shot special. Most of them are shot through revolvers because there's not too many semi-auto handguns that shoot 38 specials. I mean, there are some, but most of the time it's a revolver. Then you're limited on capacity. Okay, you'd be better off to get a 357, and then you could you know, shoot the 38 rounds through it, and that'd be better because you'd have the capability of shooting both 38s and 357s.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Hey, how about a 45 ACP? Nice, the classic 1911, okay, developed by the government. And John was, well, in 1911, of course. You know, that also was, the 45 ACP was also developed by John Moses Browning because in the Filipino-American War, they were using 38 long Colts. Yeah, that's what the Army was using, 38 long Colts, and they were ineffective at stopping them. So they come up with the bigger, fatter, slower 1911 and the 45 ACP. Okay, it's cruising somewhere around 835 feet per second, packing about I don't know, 556 foot-pounds of energy. So that, yeah, it's fat and slow, but still faster than 911. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you should really have is a 44 Magnum. There you go. That's a Dirty Harry's caliber of choice, okay? That's a big round. And, you know, they can travel as fast as 1,450 feet per second and pack a whopping 1,260 foot-pounds of energy. That's a beast. But can you even hit anything with that gun? Okay, you know, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here, man. Thanks for the talk.
That's right. Don't come back! Hey, I've done a lot of reviews on a lot of different firearms on this channel, and just about every one of them you see here has been in it. And there's a big debate, and it's been going on for years, and I'm not here to end this debate, but there's been a big debate on what caliber to use for personal protection. A lot of people say a 22 is just not as effective. I'm going to put a link in the description below to the article by Greg Elefritz, and it's Elefritz, not elephants. But anyways, you can read through that article and see all the statistics, the numbers, the data, and everything that he gathered to put his report together. And it's not a definitive answer as to what is the proper or the right size or the best caliber for personal protection, because ultimately it's going to rely on the shooter and their ability to shoot and shot placement. Not everybody can handle a big old 44 Magnum. It's a big gun. This one, it's pretty easy to shoot because it's so large, which makes it not quite as concealable for personal protection. This one right here is a little tiny 22. It's easy to carry, but you need to be able to shoot it. Is a 22 the a good caliber for personal protection. If you can shoot really well with it, it's great because it really only takes one shot. The stopping power, the size of the round, the bigger it is, as long as you can hit the target somewhere, you're probably going to have a better chance of stopping the threat. So the stopping power is going to be two things. It's going to be the size of the round and mostly the ability for that person to shoot to defend themselves. Stopping power is not just the caliber. Sometimes it's a psychological stopping power, because sometimes if you're threatened, you can pull the gun and that threat is probably going to leave you. They're not going to stand there and say, like this guy did, hey, what caliber is that? Because it doesn't really matter. Someone's going to get shot with something and it doesn't matter the size, and it's probably going to hurt. I've heard stories many times, different stories from all over the years. Maybe it's just legend or old wives' tales or whatever, but you know, somebody got shot 50 times with a .22 and they went and beat up the person that shot them. Maybe. But sometimes you can get shot once with it and that's the end of everything. So stopping power is both physical and psychological. Sometimes it might not even take a pull of the trigger to get the threat to stop. Sometimes it's only going to take one shot, even if it's not a really good, well-placed shot, that could stop it too, because they're going to say, I don't want another one. I'm done. I've had enough. So stopping power is debatable. The size of the round, obviously, and the faster it goes, obviously, is going to have more energy, but the stopping power relies on something completely different. Anyways, I hope I stirred up something with this, opened that can of worms. If you could, hit this button up here to check out some of my other videos. Hit this button here to subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching Small Caliber Arms Review. I like this one.